Welcome to the overview module of the Priority Performance Measure series. This module is designed to provide you with an overview of the series and will describe in general the decisions of the Corporation for National and Community Service regarding its national service investments and measurements during the implementation of the 2011 to 2015 Strategic Plan. The aim of this series is to provide an understanding of the direction of CNCS national performance measures to a broad general audience. The intended audience includes national service grantees and prospective organizational sponsors, community stakeholders, and elected officials, to name a few. By the end of the series, you will have information about the priority areas and the focus within those areas for CNCS investments in service. We will focus on the information and the decisions. We will not focus on how to make them work for your organization or on CNCS policy for specific national service programs. CNCS has established priority measures for each of the 4 goals in the 2011 to 2015 Strategic Plan. The modules in this series cover each of those areas. In 6 separate modules, we discuss the focus areas under Goal 1. These modules include disaster services, economic opportunity, education, environmental stewardship, healthy futures, and veterans and military families. Additional modules provide an overview of Goals 2, 3, and 4. In each module, you will find an introduction to the content for that module, a discussion of the CNCS focus including why did the corporation choose to focus on this area? What is the need to be addressed? What is the desired end goal for the corporation in this area? What evidence shows that service can make a difference in this area? You will be introduced to the agency-wide priority measures selected for this area and how these will be measured, both by grantees and sponsors and by CNCS internal data sources. In this overview of national performance measures, you will be introduced to how these measures are connected to the 2011 to 2015 Strategic Plan for the Corporation for National and Community Service, the identified focus areas, the agency-wide priority measures, and the grantee-sponsor measures which will inform the agency-wide priority measures. The Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act was passed by the U.S. Congress in 2008. With this act, Congress reauthorized the Corporation for National and Community Service and set the course for national service for the coming years. In 2010 and 2011, the staff and board of directors of CNCS gathered input from a large number of stakeholders to develop the strategic plan for the years 2011 to 2015. 4 goals for national service were identified in this strategic plan. The Serve America Act placed a clear emphasis on measuring the impact of service and focusing on a core set of issue areas. With input from hundreds of stakeholders, the 2011 to 2015 Strategic Plan lays out an ambitious, wide-ranging set of objectives. The plan, approved by the CNCS Board of Directors in February 2011, features 4 clearly articulated strategic goals. Goal 1. Increase the impact of national service on community needs. Goal 2. Strengthen national service so that participants find satisfaction, meaning, and opportunity. Goal 3. Maximize the value we add to grantees and sponsors, partners and participants. And Goal 4. Fortify management operations and sustain a capable, responsive, accountable organization. By implementing these strategic goals, identifying priorities, and making enhancements to CNCS policies and practices, the corporation has defined near-term indicators of success, the data that will help the CNCS board, staff, Congress, and other stakeholders determine if they are on track to achieve their goals. The Corporation for National and Community Service had identified 16 agency-wide priority measures that support the ongoing measurement and assessment of national service. These measures align with the 2011 to 2015 Strategic Plan and the Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act's focus on impact, innovation, and effectiveness. The 16 agency-wide priority measures provide a common focal point for CNCS's work across all programs and initiatives. Each CNCS program and initiative, AmeriCorps State and National, VISTA, NCCC, Senior Corps, Volunteer Generation Fund, Social Innovation Fund, Nonprofit Capacity Building Fund, and United Reserve offers different strengths and capabilities to address local and national priorities. The National Service Story will start with grantees and sponsors. CNCS will gather data from grantees and sponsors who are working in communities across the nation with programs and interventions that address the different focus areas and strategic goals. This data will be utilized to demonstrate the power of service as a solution to local issues. The measures speak to a triple bottom line return on investment, namely the benefits provided to service participants, service recipients, and the targeted community. As we collect data from grantees and sponsors for the agency-wide priority measures, we will build upon and refine an evidence base that documents the ways in which CNCS resources make a difference in communities. Annually, the measures may be assessed and revised based on the analysis of performance and other data and factors. As a result, we expect confidence about the outcomes of CNCS's programs and activities to continue to grow and deepen our understanding about the potential of national service strategies to solve tough challenges. The identified goals will help us focus our investment for a greater impact, continue to grow our knowledge of how national service can best meet needs, encourage collaboration with other organizations, and tell the national service story more effectively. Agency-wide priority measures will help us build on our current performance management practices, refine and enhance our work, and make national service an even more effective method for addressing community challenges. The strategic plan lays out an ambitious, wide-ranging set of objectives. While the plan paints a compelling picture for where we want to be in 2015, in implementing the plan, we can't go from 0 to 60. We need to put in place the steps that build on our past success while stretching us in new ways. Thus, the identified goals will help us focus our investment for greater impact, continue to grow our knowledge of how national service can best meet needs, encourage collaborations with other organizations, and tell the national service story more effectively. In determining both the 16 agency-wide priority measures and the associated grantee sponsor measures, we considered the following criteria. Are the measures specific, measurable, achievable, and result-oriented? Will they provide useful information to guide decision-making? Do they align with previous investments that have demonstrated effectiveness? And can they collectively tell a compelling story about the value of national service and other CNCS resources? We asked, where do we have the most confidence about measurable impact, and where do our grantees and sponsors do most of their work? For example, in the focus area economic opportunity, the 2011 to 2015 strategic plan identified agency-wide priority measures in financial literacy, housing, and employment. We believe that national service has the strongest track record in housing in terms of data and the grantee sponsor activity. For this reason, housing was selected as an agency-wide priority measure. It is the strongest place for telling a focused economic opportunity story. As a whole, the agency-wide priority measures will highlight the tangible ways in which our programs, grantees, sponsors, and participants are making a difference. They establish a common focal point and platform for every program, initiative, and department across the agency to contribute. We all have a role to play. Every national service program will identify how they will contribute to the 16 agency-wide priority measures, and each program will look to adopt as many of the 16 as possible. Although not every measure will be perfectly matched to all programs, programs will have performance measures that speak to their unique aspects. Altogether, each program will report on a combination of the 16 agency-wide priority measures as well as its own program-specific measures. CNCS will provide numerous resources to the National Service Network to educate and inform stakeholders about the agency-wide priority measures and associated grantee sponsor measures, including online training modules, program-specific NOFOs and grant application instructions, and new content in the Resource Center. In many respects, this work builds on the best practices in performance measurement that have been in place in the national service field for many years. As we work together with the National Service Network to invest in local solutions, engage Americans in service, support evidence-based programs, and leverage public-private partnerships, the agency-wide priority measures will provide a strong framework to refine and enhance practices and make national service an even more effective method for addressing community challenges.